There we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the second edition of Monday Match Points. I have Ken Pitkin with me today, and I'm Jeff Stouse, Assistant Director here at the NSAA. We just want to touch on a few items that have come up over the last week or so and some things that we had made sure that we wanted to talk about. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. A couple NSAA items. First of all, your application as an official to work in the postseason is due on Monday, October 2nd. So if you have not filled out your application and you want to be considered for postseason assignments, please make sure you get that filled out by Monday, October 2nd. One thing that I want to stress in terms of those applications is if you are interested in being a line judge at state, that's not something that we generally talk about, but if that's something that you're interested in as one of your assignments, please mark that on your application in the comments section. There's a section on the application where you can type in some comments, some text there. If you have special requests, any information like that, that would be a great place to put in there that you're interested in being a line judge for the state championships. We're always looking for people to work lines, especially those that have some experience doing it. So if that's something that you're interested in, please make sure that you mark that on your application. Another topic that's been a popular one in my inbox and a few phone calls is about student match limitations. And I'm going to lead off this conversation with saying that officials are not responsible for policing these match limitations, but it's been a popular topic not only from officials, but also from our schools. So I'm just going to do a quick review of that. But again, I want to stress that officials are not responsible for policing this. The procedure would be is if it's noticed by the scorer or it's brought to the scorer's attention that a student has violated that limitation, that scorer is going to notify our officials. And then at that point, the officials are going to assess the penalty. The penalty for a student violating the match limitations is a loss of rally, and then that student is removed from the set and they can't play anymore the rest of that match. And then once that student is removed, then that match will continue. Just real quick, the limitations are students can't take part in more than 6 volleyball matches per week, and that excludes tournament competition. So again, not something that you have to police, but one of those common questions is, well, can a student play in a varsity match, a JV match, and a freshman match on the same day? The answer to that would be no. That limitation goes on to say that in all other competition outside of tournaments, no student can participate in more than 2 matches per day. And any participation in a set is considered a participation in a match. So if you play 2 points of one set, that's considered participating in a match. So again, not something that you as the official are responsible for. If someone, a coach, someone comes up to you and wants to have that conversation, I would defer that back to the host school administration or the administrator for whatever team is involved in that. And then they can go through the proper process of verifying that and going through it. Your involvement as an official is going to be in terms of the enforcement of the penalty. You're not the police of that rule. So hopefully that clears it up, at least from the officiating side. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Ken.
Hey, good afternoon, volleyball officials. We are glad that you're officiating Nebraska volleyball, and I just want to cover a quick topic today. It has to do with the basketball backboard that is over a playable area that's hanging in a vertical position. And the key to this is a vertical position and playable area. You know, when the ball hits it, the ball is blown immediately dead. That's the simple call. Just blow the whistle, the ball is dead. And then on page 42 of the rule book, and it's rule 981-H, if you want to look that up, you're welcome to do that. Then the judgment comes in and says, if there's a legitimate effort to play the ball and you think a player was there that could play it, it's on the first or second contact, then you would grant a replay. And we have that signal 18, we grant a replay on that. If in the opinion or the judgment of the R1, there was no attempt to play or not a legitimate effort to play that ball, then after you've already blown the ball dead, you'd make your judgment call that that's an out of bounds ball. And so that would be a loss of rally to the other team. So again, the backboard's vertical, but it's over a playable area. Blow the whistle dead or blow the ball dead immediately, and then make a judgment if it's going to be a replay or if it's out of bounds. Okay. But don't call it out of bounds automatically. Wait until you just blow it dead and then make your judgment call. It's also in the casebook. If you want an example of that, it's in the casebook on page 38. Again, rule 981, paragraph D. So you can look those up, 981, paragraph D, if you need clarification in the casebook. Now, the only variation of that is what do we do with a backboard that has been raised to the ceiling or has been attempted to raise and maybe at a 45-degree angle. That's considered a ceiling. It's no different than if it hit a rafter in the ceiling. That's considered a ceiling. So if it's on the first or second attempt to play the ball, as long as it stays on the same side that was last played, that second or third attempt can pass the ball over and play continues. If it's on the third contact and as it hits the ceiling, the ball is immediately dead and is out of bounds. Hope that clears that up for you.
Thanks, Ken. That was a topic that came in a couple different times over the last week. I know we have a number of schools out there that obviously are multi-purpose, and we have basketball hoops in there. Some of them are not movable. So just a point of clarification that we wanted to get out to everybody as we continue to move forward in the volleyball season. Appreciate anybody that took the time to watch today. We hope to be back again next week with a few more topics for you. But until then, appreciate everything that you do for high school volleyball in Nebraska and hope you have a great week. Thank you.
Thank you.